Okay, your assignment is very simple. I want you to stay on the roof of this vehicle and keep the birds from pooping all over the bodywork. And I want a good, mean, serious look. There you go. That'll scare them off. We're at our garage and test facility. Let's see what we're rolling out in this video. Well, once again, looks like I'm on the A list. They sent me a very nice Lexus, which means it's probably a very expensive Lexus. I see it's a hybrid. The RX450HL. I think the L stands for long platform. We'll check out the interior and see if it's got 3-row seating. Here's the view from the rear. The brown metallic paint certainly looks nice. The starting price for the 450H isn't cheap. Not only is that because of the hybrid system we're getting, but you also get gobs of luxury goodies that you would normally have to pay for in a non-hybrid RX. So here's the base price at $54 grand. All the luxury options. I won't read them off. You can see everything on your screen. And there you go. Under the hood, we have a 3.6 liter V6 engine hooked to 2 electric motor generator systems in the front and 1 in the rear, giving 4-wheel drive operation for a total of 3 electrical motor systems. It's hooked to a CVT automatic transmission and generates a total of 308 horsepower. It's not horsepower that really drives this vehicle, it's the massive low-end torque from the electrics that makes driving a pleasure, as we'll see when we get this vehicle on the road. Even though we're putting out more horsepower and torque than the non-hybrid RX, we're also having more weight. I think it was like 500 pounds the last time I checked. Either way, the 0 to 60 time is about the same for the hybrid and non-hybrid. Usually runs around 8 seconds. No hot rodding here. This is the official fuel economy window sticker for the RX non-hybrid I drove a few months ago. 20 to 27 mpg with 23 overall. And here's the official listing for this hybrid we're looking at today. 29 to 28 mpg. As you can see, there's not much difference on the highway mileage. 28 for this, 27 on the non-hybrid. It's city driving where you get the improvements. Of course, the window sticker means nothing as far as real-world mileage goes. And on this non-hybrid, I got 17 in the city, 25 on the highway for an average of around 21. On this vehicle, I've racked up 95 miles in heavy city driving, getting 21.4 mpg. Now, that's a lot less than the 29 claimed, but it's far better than the 17 I was getting on the non-hybrid. We'll be racking up some more miles to see if we can bump this figure up a bit. One of the biggest complaints I have with most hybrids, they don't come with a spare tire. Fortunately, on this vehicle you do. There's the jack and the equipment you'll need. However, to reach the spare tire, no, it's not inside the cabin. It's way down under there, just like a pickup truck. If you get it flat, you're going to get dirty. On the positive side, we do get 3-row seating, although I think you're only going to be fitting kids and monkeys back here. That's the good news. My gripe is the operation for raising and lowering. Now, I realize this is a luxury vehicle. You want electronic everything, but if these were manual seats, it would take about 2 seconds to lower them. You just pull a strap, they're down. Want them up, pull a strap, they're up. With these electric seats, you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, that was reasonably fast, but when they come up, it's a lot slower. It's no fun doing this in the rain. And these motors just add a bunch of extra weight you don't need. I think manual seats would have made more sense, but they're electric. And it's luxury, so that's what you get. Here you have the normal, sport, and eco modes. All my hybrid driving is done in normal mode because I drive normally. I don't use eco mode. We get an extra large glove box that holds a lot of stuff, but only if you take out this super thick owner's manual that's heavier than a brick. Put it in the back somewhere, out of the way. No one's going to read all this stuff. I mean, come on. Very simple climate controls. Won't need to read the owner's manual to see how they work. Oh, what's this? A nickel. Oh, lucky me. In the meantime, many Lexus vehicles have gone to the push fingertip control system for the infotainment system. A system that I do not like. Finger touch doesn't work, especially when the car is moving. Don't like it, don't care for it, but here we don't get it. We got the toggle switch, which works a lot better. Just pull up the info screen and pick what you want. There's some automotive YouTube testers telling us how superior the finger touch system is and compared to this, and they don't know what they're talking about. This is far better in every possible way. Enough said on that. Did I mention you get a real clock that actually works when the warranty goes out? Here's what the navigation screen looks like. Large enough for me. There is one major complaint I have, and it has to do with the gauge panel. Now, on the positive side, this is a very good design. Everything's easy to see. You have the normal mode seen here, or you can press it in the sport mode and get this. But it doesn't mean much unless you can read the information, and the only reason we can read the information is because I'm sitting in the shade away from the sun. Get out in the sun, it's a whole different story at certain angles. A big different story. Now we're driving out in the sun. Can you read this? I can't. This totally baffles me. How did this go from drawing board to prototype to test vehicles to production and nobody noticed this? Come on. Now, in all fairness, it only happens at certain angles. I'll whip around. Now we start to see things again. I found this on the Toyota Corolla too, so it's not just exclusive to this particular vehicle or Lexus. I don't get it, but this is what you have to deal with. You'll get used to it, but it should be changed. This plastic covers the culprit. It needs to go away. Okay, enough show and tell for the first segment. Second segment, we're going to go out and do some driving, and we'll start by taking these fancy triple headlights out and see how they do in the dark. It's dark enough. Let's check out these fancy looking headlights. See what they do. Here we have the lights on a building 100 feet away on low beam, very bright, but very low to the ground. Turn on the brights. I'd say that's a little bit better. I see we have cornering lights. Turn the steering wheel to the left. Get lights to the left. Steering wheel to the right. Get lights to the right. Works great in dark parking lots. So here are the brights on a building 300 feet away. Good height, good widespread, good brightness. Low beam cuts off pretty short, about 100 feet on the left and about 160 on the right. Adequate for city driving, but backcountry roads you will definitely need the brights. The power steering is a bit lighter than I would care for, but most people who want a luxury vehicle want light steering, so I guess they'll be satisfied enough. I didn't see much difference between the sport and normal mode, so perhaps it wasn't meant to be that way. As we do in all my videos, we're going to take some speed bumps around 20 to 25 miles per hour to see how the suspension performs on impacts. We posted a security guard out there today to make sure no one went over 15 miles per hour. I wonder if he's going to chase me down. Or maybe he's not awake. Well, we'll find out. Here comes bump number 1. Pretty smooth. Bump number 2. Number 3. And the big nasty one coming up. I felt it slightly. I think I woke the security guard up. He's not too happy. If you do a lot of city commuting, you'll find this vehicle quiet and comfortable. Very smooth engine. And lots of torque for plenty of passing power too. If you rack up a lot of miles, you're probably satisfied with this Lexus. One safety feature on this vehicle, a so-called safety feature, which it really isn't, is called Lien keeping assist. And what that means is you can take your hands off the steering wheel, like this, see? Not touching the wheel, and it steers itself. Now, why you would want a car that steers itself is beyond me. I think it's a stupid idea. You should be paying attention. But that aside, when this is engaged, I'm constantly fighting the steering wheel to keep this in a straight line. I want to go left, it wants to go right. I want to go right, it wants to go left. I don't see the point in the system, and that's why I'm going to turn it off. There, that's better. I think you should too. Over the years, I've seen a lot of solutions to non-existent problems, but a self-driving car is a super idiotic solution to a non-existent problem. I mean, how are you going to teach people driver awareness and give them a self-steering car so they can sit back and play on their cell phone or read the newspaper? Totally contradicting, totally stupid, and that's my take, and I'm not changing my opinion. We're coming to the end of our trip, and I was going a bit faster than planned and doing a lot of more passing than planned. So the fuel economy might be the best I've ever seen, but, well, you never know. Well, the official figure is 28. We got 23.7. And on the non-hybrid RX, they claim 27. We got 25.6 on the same trip. I'd say both are pretty close and reasonable. I've got some ranch patrolling to do today, so I've got to stop by the ranch house and get some supplies. I really got to fix up this garage, especially the roof. It just doesn't look classy having a Lexus sit outside. You know what I mean? Now this is what I call a dedicated Ram trucker. Wonder how much that weighs. Since this is classified as an SUV, can you take it off-road like most SUVs? Well, yes, you can. You do have decent ground clearance. You do have four-wheel drive traction. But keep in mind, this is basically a car. And it does have a rather long nose, so you want to be careful about going into big dips. Drive carefully, you'll be just fine. The all-wheel drive does seem to assist when you're driving in deep sand, although how much more over a two-wheel drive, I really can't say. It's time to head back to town, and we're about due to wrap up this video as well. Just a note, while the car did pretty good on the speed bumps, it's doing pretty good on this washboard dirt road as well, which is usually pretty rough for a standard passenger car. Again, the suspension is pretty soft, so we get a pretty soft ride. Put it in sport mode here. Slightly better feel, but still a comfortable ride. We're going to take a return highway trip. If I don't get crushed with this 70 to 75 truck convoy I'm caught in. We're coming into town. We'll pull over and see what the fuel economy gauge says. I didn't do much passing. Hopefully the figure will be better than last time. Well, we lucked out. Actually made the 29.0 mark. Can't complain about that. So we take the 27.3 getting there, the 29.0 going back. That averages out pretty close to 28 mpg, which is what is claimed on the EPA window sticker. Now, if we could just get the 29 mpg in the city, as claimed on the window sticker, we'd be doing good, but haven't seen that happen yet. So in my week of driving, combined, city, mixed, freeway, this is what I got. Actually, it was 23.5, but I was sitting in heavy traffic, so it knocked down the figure a bit. Also, keep in mind, these were the temperatures we were operating at quite a bit. Hybrids don't like hot weather. They like cool weather. 60 to 70 degrees is ideal. Plus, if you live in Alaska where it's cold, they operate pretty good there too. But not in temperatures like this. Something to think about if you're thinking about getting a hybrid. If you like hybrid technology and want super luxury and Japanese quality, this is certainly worth a look. On the other hand, if you want a Lexus SUV and you're not sure about the hybrid, we tested two RX450 SUVs a couple months ago. We have links for that coming up in just a moment. Just click and watch.